Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now the main headlines. Residents of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi host morning majalis commemorating the Husseini Arba'een. Misan Governor awards Imam Hussein Media Group Certificate of Appreciation. Iraqi parachutist flies flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam over crowds of Arba'een pilgrims. United Nations says more than 5 million people displaced by war in Sudan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London only on Imam Hussein TV 3. Residents of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qum hosted a series of morning majalis to commemorate the Arba'een of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. These Azadari sessions took place over the days leading up to Arba'een with the presence of His Eminence, a group of instructors and students of the seminary, missionaries and religious preachers, as well as faithful mourners from the holy city of Qum and visitors from other cities, said the reporter of the Shia Waves agency in Qum. He further added that this year's morning gatherings were held both in the morning and evening, and saw many participants during these sessions. A number of Hussein preachers and speakers mentioned the calamities that had befallen on Imam Hussein and his beloved companions and family, alayhim salam, the report said. On Tuesday, September the 5th, Misan Governor presented the Certificate of Appreciation to Imam Hussein Media Group for its creativity and success as a Shia media, as well as great contribution in covering news and events related to the commemoration of Hussein rituals, especially the Arba'een pilgrimage in the world. General Secretary of the Media Group, Hujjat al-Islam wal-Muslimin, Sheikh Mustafa Muhammadi, received Ali Du'ay in the headquarters of Imam Hussein Media Group in Karbala and expressed his delight and pleasure for this meeting, said the reporter of Shia Waves agency. In this visit, the governor of Misan appreciated the incredible efforts of the media group and the positive impact they have had and made, and stressed that it is necessary. Mustafa Muhammadi thanked the governor of Misan for the visit and emphasized that the media group will continue its develop to activities and will cover the events related to the Arba'een pilgrimage of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. In a video published on social media, an Iraqi parachutist flew the symbolic flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam over the large crowd of pilgrims moving towards the holy city of Karbala to commemorate the Arba'een pilgrimage. According to Shia Waves agency, various social network pages have shared this video of the Iraqi parachutist raising a red flag bearing the phrase Labbayka ya Hussein, a symbolic answer to the call of Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam, who has asked for help from the awakened human conscience throughout history. Many bloggers and well-known figures of the social media have written comments about this interesting action that introduces the greatness of the eternal Husseini ideal, saying that such initiatives and sport events attract the attention of the world, especially the youth. According to some social media activists and media analysts, it is appropriate that all devotees of our Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam use any tools available to them to introduce the personality and eternal path of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam as a means to honor the sacrifices of Sayyid al-Shuhada, his noble family and companions, as well as what he offered to all humanity by donating his precious life. Paragliding and skydiving are types of adventurous air sports performed for competition and recreation purposes, with many interested young people around the world following the news and events related to them. Over the past years, the holy city of Karbala has witnessed similar activities that involve the raising the Husseini flag during the commemoration of the Arba'een pilgrimage. Let's take a look back at today's headlines. Residents of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi host morning majalis commemorating the Husseini Arba'een. Misan Governor awards Imam Hussein Media Group Certificate of Appreciation. Iraqi parachutist flies flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam over crowds of Arba'een pilgrims. Also tonight, UNICEF raises concerns over worsening child malnutrition in Nigeria. On Wednesday, September the 6th, the United Nations Migration Agency announced that more than 5 million people have been displaced due to several months of conflict in Sudan. According to the Associated Press, conflicts between the country's army and rival militias still rage and show no sign of abating. International efforts to mediate in this conflict have failed so far, and at least 9 ceasefire agreements have been violated. According to the UN Migration Agency, more than 4 million Sudanese have been internally displaced since the start of the civil war conflict in mid-April, and 1.1 million people have fled in neighboring countries. Human rights groups and the United Nations report that in the western Darfur region, conflicts have turned into ethnic violence. These new statistics are published after UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, had already warned that 14 million Sudanese children are in urgent need of humanitarian support due to the deadly conflict in Sudan, which is deepening the hunger crisis in this country. And now we'll continue with some short news. The Interior Minister of Iraq and the head of the High Security Committee for the Arba'een Pilgrimage said on Wednesday, September the 6th, that no security incident occurred during the Arba'een period of 2023. The plan for this year's Arba'een was prepared early, and prior to that, security and intelligence operations were staged, focusing on the governments neighbouring to the holy city of Karbala, said Abdul Amir al-Shimmari in a joint press conference with the Prime Minister of Iraq, held in the city of Karbala. The Iraq Interior Minister also noted that the Army Air Force conducted several aerial reconnaissance operations during the days leading up to the Hussein Arba'een. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres delivered a sobering message in response to alarming data released by the Copernicus Observatory, declaring that climate collapse has begun. In addition, he highlighted that the summer of 2023 marked the hottest on record for the Northern Hemisphere, intensifying concerns about the global climate crisis. Guterres also expressed his deep concern over the worsening situation, linking it to humanity's reliance on fossil fuels. Scientists have long warned of the repercussions of our dependence on fossil fuels. He emphasized that UN chief noted that the climate is exploding faster than we can cope, with extreme weather events hitting all corners of the globe. The Copernicus Observatory findings revealed that the unprecedented temperatures and extreme weather events throughout the Northern Hemisphere during the summer months. The Secretary General of the United Nations had previously said that humanity has moved from the stage of global warming to the stage of global boiling. Severe rainstorms continue to lash parts of Greece, Turkey and Bulgaria, causing the death toll to rise to 11 after rescue teams recovered 4 more bodies. The storm, named Daniel by Greek meteorologists, has been battering the region since Monday and has mainly affected the central Greek region of Magnesia and its capital Volos, 300 kilometers or 185 miles north of Athens. A flash flood at a campsite in northwestern Turkey killed at least 4 people and carried away bungalow homes, while another 2 people died in Istanbul, where Tuesday's storms inundated hundreds of homes and workplaces in several neighborhoods. Since Monday evening, Bulgaria's Black Sea coast has been hit by the heaviest rains in years, with thunderstorms causing rivers to overflow, damaging bridges and cutting off the access in the region in the south of the coastal of Burgas. The Iraqi Ministry of Communications announced that more than 30 million users have used free internet service during Arba'een with the arrival of the last days of the Arba'een pilgrimage. The technical statistics from the competent authorities show more than 30 million people use free internet services in the city of Karbala, Najaf, Kadhimain, Samarra and border crossing points of Shazaba, Chalamche, Khosravi and Mihran. Said this ministry in a statement followed by Shia Waves agency that it emphasized that all necessary technical measures and support were carried out to provide free internet services on the routes of the Arba'een pilgrims and border entry crossings for the first time in Iraq this year. In France, the sharp critical reactions to the Macron government's policy against the Islamic dress code have gone beyond political leaders. And today, the hashtag Abayas or hashtag Abayas has become the trend in the social network X, formerly known as Twitter. So far, thousands of social network users have used the Abaya hashtag to protest against the French government's discriminatory policies that prohibit the Islamic dress code. Similar trends have reportedly appeared in other social networks such as Instagram and TikTok. The United Nations Children's Fund, known as UNICEF, has expressed serious concern over the deteriorating situation of child malnutrition in Nigeria. According to UNICEF Nutrition Officer Nirukia Onulem, data from 2018 Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey indicates that Nigeria is off track to achieve United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 2, aimed at achieving zero hunger by 2030. Quoting the data, Onulem noted that Nigeria is ranked first in Africa and second in the world in terms of number of malnutrition children. At a media dialogue on child malnutrition with the theme Investing in a Child Malnutrition for the Future, Onulem said that 12 million children in Nigeria are stunted, 3 million wasted, and 23.5 million anemic due to malnutrition. Speaking on NDHS data, Onulem said that these are worrying statistics because they have impact on the well-being of our children. Malnutrition can expose children to illnesses and consequently contributes to likelihood of mortality. The nutrition situation in the country requires urgent attention. We also need to focus on implementing preventive actions where we are unable to prevent it. And there is a need to put out in place and facilitate access to treatment of all forms of malnutrition so that we can have a healthy population and that can contribute to our economic growth. UNICEF communication specialist Dr. Geoffrey Njoku charged the media to mainstream the issues around child malnutrition to attract actions that would change the situation. Njoku also called on governments at all levels and stakeholders to increase funding for nutrition programs in Nigeria. He said that the issue around nutrition is huge, but the money available to tackle the issue is not enough. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. Residents of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi host morning majalis commemorating the Husseini Arba'een. Misan Governor awards Imam Hussein Media Group Certificate of Appreciation. Iraqi parachutist flies flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam over crowds of Arba'een pilgrims. United Nations says that more than 5 million people displaced by war in Sudan. UNICEF raises concern over worsening child malnutrition in Nigeria. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you all for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.